We are still at 0 grams on the scale. I'm going to try to pour this onto my bowl without...
Don't spill it.
There's a lot of powder here. Oh, yeah, we are overfilled. I got 286 grams of powder, and it's, it's blowing all over the place. I got candy flavor floating around up here.
Welcome to PricePlow.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike with PricePlow, and I got a special guest today. This is Josh Phillips of REPP Sports, a new sports nutrition brand. Josh, how's it going today? We got to talk about what you guys have going on because these products are just amazing, and we're going to test it out right now. So what's going on over there?
It's just another day here in the office, man. Just trying to take over the world as usual. I guess we're about to take some pre-workout here for this. But how's your day going?
Let's just jump right into it, just so everyone knows. It's like 12:45 my time. I've only had like a half a cup of coffee, so I need some energy. And so this is the Reactor pre-workout supplement, and it's like kind of designed, and we've written a blog post about it, which we'll link to in this description. But it's designed like a nuclear reactor here, so you're going for the energy. It seems like, but if you want to explain it a little bit, feel free to.
Absolutely. So this is one of our newer products. It's the REPP Sports Reactor. It's featuring DMHA. You got fast and slow caffeines. You got synephrine in there as well. Tons of focused ingredients, stuff to give you that long-lasting, smooth energy. Just a around feel-good product.
Excellent. So you're mostly going for energy, and I see the wait for it tunnel vision focus section as well. But it's mostly I'm looking at the energy, which is mostly interesting to me. So regular caffeine plus the caffeine citrates. Is that where you got the faster and slower caffeines? All right. Well, I've already opened this up. And this is the dragon fruit flavor. And I just got to tell everyone, here's what we're going to do though. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to weigh out a scoop and see how how close we get to a full scoop here. It's supposed to be 6.3 grams, and I got myself a food scale. So let's just tear it up right now. Get me some energy here. And this dragon fruit flavor, I tell you, man, it tastes so good I haven't even bothered looking at any of the other ones. But I got myself here a nice full scoop. There we go. It's bouncing between 6 and 7 grams. So we're probably right around 6.5 grams. I gotta get a better food scale. But this dragon fruit flavor right here. Now, do you have a little bit yourself?
I actually forgot my water, so I'm just going to do what cool kids do. Just a full scoop straight to the dome.
Nice. How's it going over there? It's definitely a strong drink. Like it's pretty heavy in this 8 ounces of water here. So
all right, we're good.
You got it down.
All right, I got the zap here.
Awesome. So tell me, what went into the creation of this product? What were you guys looking for? There's so many different pre-workout supplements out there, so many different sports nutrition companies out there. What were you doing to be different? Like, what's the angle here?
So this company's actually been, we are a relatively new company. Been around just a few short months here, but this company's actually been in the making for a little over a year now. And the big thing is we saw a rather large gap in the more hardcore sports nutrition products. There's specifically the pre-workouts, for example, there's a lot of, what I would consider to be underdosed pre-workouts. There's some of those guys using the 1-3 products. Now we've got a newer ingredient in the DMHA or the 1,5-dimethyls.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought we'd just do a little something different. It's starting to catch on. You're noticing other brands kind of jumping on with it as well. And we just wanted to come out with a product. I mean, how many times have you taken a pre-workout? It's high in the stems. You get all jacked up. You feel great. Get to the gym. You're killing it. Halfway through that workout, you just crash.
Yeah.
It just doesn't give you that smooth, steady feel good. So our whole thing behind this pre-workout, we want to give you the stems. Everybody wants that feel good. They want to get energized. But we want to throw in some different ingredients. And they're all the focused ingredients: acetyltyrosine, choline bartartrate, huperzine, L-dopa, things that are going to give you more of that prolonged effect. So you're going to get that feel good that's going to last and you don't crash.
Awesome. Yeah, you're definitely bringing it with the energy here. I can't wait for this to kick in. Yours is probably going to kick in a little bit faster. Are you on an empty stomach right now?
No, I actually just had a delicious lunch. However, I did take 2 scoops this morning before I trained. So I'm having 3 scoops of Reactor right about now.
So the max is 2 scoops though, isn't it? It says directions say take 1 serving. You're getting up there. Do not exceed 2. Okay, do not exceed 2 servings in any 24-hour period. So, well, Josh, everyone don't try this at home. Josh is obviously a bigger guy and everything, but yeah, we like to make sure that users at home aren't taking them to the dome too much like that. But
yeah, we did. We made it a 2 scoop option. I mean, you get 45 servings in the product as it is, and so we wanted to do a 2 scoop. At 1 scoop, you get 45 servings out of it, and 1 scoop is more than enough to feel great. But I mean, we all know there's plenty of those guys out there that like to brag about, oh, I take 2 scoops, oh, I can handle 2 scoops. So we want to give you that option. If you take that 2 scoops, you're going to be running around that gym lit up, feeling great. Like I said, you're not going to get the crash effect. But for the guys that are kind of newer to the high stim stuff, you can take that 1 scoop and you're still going to get a phenomenal workout.
Right, yeah. With beginners, and anytime I'm kind of like new to a new supplement, I like to try to start light and everything. Just you never know. And so you can always add more, but it's a little bit tougher to add less. So even half a scoop is fine just to assess tolerance. But I feel comfortable jumping in at like an underwhelming, like a 3/4 scoop right off the bat for me. But I'm obviously up to a scoop here. This is my second time taking this, but you were nice enough to send me the beta test packets, and that's where I got the dragon fruit flavor, and that's where I was so excited about the flavor. I said, okay, do not touch this stuff. Like whoever formulated this flavor, like go and give them a big kiss on the cheek. Maybe it's the guy to your right over there, but either way.
Yeah, we do. I'll tell you, man, we have the absolute best formula. Like I said, this product itself's been about a year in the making. As far as flavors, everything's always on point. The flavors, dragon fruit is by far my fan. And honestly, I've always hated dragon fruit flavored products until I tried that one. It's delicious.
Well, cool. So what about the name of the brand? Like what's you're going, like you have Rep Sports. Is there anything particular about it? Are you going for like high rep workouts here, or anything we should know about here with the brand in general?
Well, the brand itself is Rep Sports. It stands for Rapidly Enhancing Performance Products. And kind of going back to what I said previously about how we saw that little bit of a niche that just could really use a filling in the hardcore sports nutrition products. We want to constantly be providing you guys all the latest, more cutting edge products. As you know, in this industry, everything's always changing. Everything's always evolving. There's always something new. There's always something that's coming out. We just want to be able to provide all those, like the DMHA, for example. It's the new guy on the block as far as the high stims go. Personally, I like it a little better than some of the previous ingredients that everyone's been using, just for the longer, smoother lasting effects. So it's just really just trying to keep that cutting edge, really supplying the hardcore athletes that want strong, they want results. We have tons of stuff in the pipeline for more of the performance products coming here in the next couple months. It's just more cutting edge products.
Yeah, and so I take it you're kind of referring to, you like DMHA a little bit more than DMAA. Is that kind of what you're getting at there? Are we breaking up a bit?
Yeah, it's the DMHA. Like I said, it's kind of the newer guy in the block. It's 1,3's been around for a long time. People have been using it for years now. It's kind of in that gray area as far as what's going to happen. We don't know if whether it's going to be here or it's not. But just like how everything else in this industry evolves, eventually you find something that maybe works a little better, something's maybe a little stronger. I will say DMHA does take a little bit longer to kick into your system, but the benefit of that is having that longer half-life. So you're going to have that smooth, steady feel good. You're not going to crash mid-workout. You're not going to get home and fall asleep on the couch. You're going to keep that longer lasting energy, which is also why 1 scoop option is great for the guys that work out late at night. Maybe you want to take that 1 scoop so you're not stuck, laying in bed, just tossing and turning all night. You got both options there. So, but it's just a smoother, longer lasting energy.
Absolutely. So would you say, like, what's the latest you would take it? I personally, with these kind of pre-works myself, I don't like to take them after, I would say like 4:30 p.m. is kind of my cutoff time. I try to go to bed a little bit earlier than some people maybe, but is there, you mentioned how long it takes to kick in. Like, do you have a certain trick to when you take it and then you would start training or start stretching or warming up? And then what's the latest you would take it, kind of, for those people that you're just addressing?
I actually tend to train later at night myself. I usually have long days at the office, and I'll be honest, I have a hard time getting up early in the mornings. But I'll take it around the time I leave I'll go straight to the gym after the office usually, and I mean I'll take it right before out of the office. The gym's about 10 minutes down the road. Get there, I usually do about a little 10-minute warm up on cardio, do some stretching, get a little warm up going. So by the time you're 30, 45 minutes in, you're starting to kind of feel those effects kicking in, and it really just kind of kicks in even stronger throughout that workout. When you start throwing in all the focus ingredients I mentioned, the acetyltyrosine, the choline bitartrate, huperzine, L-dopa, all that good stuff, it just really kind of helps build up to where you get towards the end of that workout, you're just still pushing. You're in the gym for 2 hours and, your muscles are tight, you're pumped up, you're stiff, everything feels great, but mentally you can just keep going, But with that, I usually take the 1 scoop, and I don't ever have any problems falling asleep with it. It's more of the focus effect than the crack you out energy kind of feel. So it's just, I never have any issues with that.
Gotcha. And so, yeah, you mentioned that the energy starts to accumulate, and maybe that's why you designed this right here, kind of just like a nuclear reactor. So you mentioned that you had some other stuff coming out. Are you willing to talk about any of that, or do you want to? Maybe we should cover the other stuff you have. I do have an unopened bottle of Rays here. So is that kind of the same idea? We got an extreme weight loss product here, 45 servings, just once daily. Would you mind explaining that at all?
Absolutely. As far as the stimulants go, it's a similar profile to as far as what stims are in the fat burner as in the pre-workout. It is a true 1-a-day fat burner that's going to give you that long-lasting, smooth energy. Anytime we take high stimulant products, you're always going to have natural appetite suppressants. You've got things in there like cayenne pepper for the thermogenic spike. It's really just going to give you that all-day feel good. Most fat burners, you take them early in the morning. You're going to get that boost to your metabolism. That's going to help with burning fat, yes. But midday, you tend to kind of fall off, just like in the pre-workouts. So that's why we threw all those focus ingredients back in there as well. The DMHA plays a huge part in that. Just kind of slowly builds in your system throughout the day, to where you don't find yourself making that extra pot of coffee at 2 o'clock in the afternoon to get through. So it's just going to help burn that excess body fat. It's going to give you that long-lasting feel good, and you're just not going to crash from it.
Gotcha. And so the typical dosing then is going to be, you're talking to start by taking 1 serving, 1 capsule daily with breakfast. Okay. So the trick is, like, before breakfast, it'll hit you harder if you're kind of new to it. What I typically do is I actually will, the first time I take a fat burner, I take it after food, just so I know how the energy is going to work out, because the food will help damp it down if it is a strong product. But it sounds like you're just kind of saying take it with breakfast here.
Yeah, for people testing it out, that's actually a great idea that I have actually recommended with customers as well. Taking it after your breakfast just to assess the tolerance of it. The whole idea behind taking it on an empty stomach before breakfast is obviously the absorption rate. So it's just going to help it get into your system a little bit quicker.
Right.
And it's going to hit you a little harder that way, absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay, so what about, it's a one or the other kind of thing, isn't it, though? Like, I wouldn't really recommend, I guess the first question I had in my head is, how would you compare 1 capsule to a scoop of Reactor in terms of strength?
As far as the strength of the stems?
Yeah.
It's going to be a similar feel good. You still got the fast and the slow acting caffeine. You still got a little synephrine in there. You've got the DMHA. Going back to those key focus ingredients, they really make a huge difference in that overall feel. The difference in it really, though, is you don't have like that rush. You're not feeling crazy. You have that smooth, steady, I hate to keep repeating that. That's really how you feel. It's just a real feel-good type of thing. You just get that smooth. You just feel awake. You feel alert. You feel zoned in. It's great to take when you're on your way to the office for work. You're just going to be zoned into your work. You're going to not have all the distraction around you. It's a really similar feel as far as the Sims go.
Awesome. And so I never, ever recommend anyone ever take, a fat burner at the same time as a pre-workout. But what if I was taking this, I wake up at 6 a.m. Let's say I got this in my body at like 6:30 a.m. I'm talking about the Rays fat burner. Would I be okay to do like a scoop or a 3/4 scoop of a pre-workout such as Reactor, like way later on in the day then? Or where's the line there?
That's going to depend on each individual person. You got to assess your level. Some people can handle tons of stimulants. Some people feel the effects of a very mild product. It's just going to be coming down to assessing your tolerance level. I would recommend if somebody's going to do that, take that fat burner, the Rays capsule early in the day before your breakfast. And then maybe if you're doing an evening workout, for example, try a half a scoop of the Reactor. See how you feel. Make sure you don't have any issues. and just kind of build from there. If you get to the point where you can handle that full scoop, I mean, taking a raise in the morning and then a full scoop of Reactor in the evening, it's going to be sort of the equivalent of taking the full 2 scoops of Reactor. You just got to slowly kind of build up and make sure that your body can handle it.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Gotcha. And so, yeah, the packaging obviously looks really professional and everything. Do I take it that are you at a manufacturing facility over there, or like how do I let me just be honest, how do I know this isn't made in your bathtub?
Right. That is obviously a huge thing when it comes to especially supplements nowadays. I'm sure you've seen it. We've all seen it. I am the Southeast Territory Manager, so I see it in accounts on a regular basis. We are a manufacturing company. We do manufacture for several brands. We have an FDA-regulated facility here that all guidelines are followed. So these products are made in an FDA-regulated facility. They're definitely not made in the bathtub. We all know there are some brands out there, and that's one of the good key points on why you can always trust the REPP products. We also do ship out every batch of every product we make for third-party testing. Cool. So we do get those batch sheets back, and they go cover everything from the quality of the product, assuring that what we tell you is on that label is in fact in that product. And we get those results back before we even ship these units off to distribution, who then obviously gets it out to the customers. So just that every time you buy a REPP Sports product, you're always going to get that consistent quality.
Cool. Now, have you ever published any of those lab reports, or would you be willing to shoot a few over for a blog post or anything like that? Or I know sometimes it's got internal stuff in there that you might not want to share the third-party tester, or might need to redact some phone numbers on it or something. But is there anything you'd ever be willing to share?
Yeah, I mean, it's something we haven't openly posted as of yet. This brand itself has only been out for a few months now. Right. So we don't have any of that stuff just openly out there to the public, but we always welcome for yourself, any customers, anybody who would like to request that information. We could definitely do it. Just reach out to the customer service at repsports.com and just request whatever information on which product in particular you might want to know, or all of them, and we'd always be more than happy to supply that to any customers.
Cool. Yeah, one of the things I guess some of the viewers might not realize is that you legally you do have to test all the incoming raw materials. And me and Mark Glazer did a real big video on this with at NutraBio. But you have to test all the incoming raw materials, and then you manufacture a product. You also have to test the outgoing product as well. And so what a lot of people, the thing is though, waiting on those lab tests to come back in, it adds a lot of lead time and it wastes time. And you have all this inventory, money kind of sitting there that you eventually got to pay the bills on. So a lot of companies, they try to they cut corners. They kind of race to just get the stuff out the door even before the lab tests arrive. And so it's kind of cool the way you explain that. Hey, you wait for that lab test to get back, because if something were to go bad, you don't have a bunch of bad stuff out in the streets. And so a lot of in the past, companies have been caught not doing that because time is money, especially when you're sitting on inventory and sitting on raw materials and everything. But that is the law, and that is the right way of actually doing it. So I appreciate you kind of emphasizing that small point. It's those little details where I hear that kind of thing, and I'm like, okay, this guy is clearly not just not just lying and just saying some stuff. There's a few details there, and I can kind of see the manufacturing facility back there as well, which is kind of helpful. So it'd be kind of cool to do a tour at some point too, maybe.
Absolutely, you'd always be more than welcome to come and do that. We could definitely schedule that up sometime. It's just with a credible company, it's one of those things. The peace of mind of knowing you're always providing that quality product. I mean, corners could be cut, yes, but at what cost? You ever have a bad batch go out, you have returns, you have unhappy customers, that's always just going to catch back up to you in the back end. I mean, we'd rather just put out quality stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So we mentioned your facility. Where are you? We haven't even kind of established any of that stuff.
We are based in Orlando, Florida. We have our whole manufacturing facility here. We have our warehousing, everything that ships out of here. Our sales team's based out of here, to the exception of our outside field reps. Marketing's here, everything in-house in Orlando, Florida.
So you're gearing up for a pretty big thing. It sounds like, with all the employees and everything. You're hitting the ground running. What else do you have planned here? It's got to be more than just a couple things, I'm guessing.
Oh, we have a ton of stuff in the works, man. It's at the moment we currently have the 5 products. We've got the Reactor pre-workout, we've got the Raise Fat Burner, we've got a phenomenal PCT product, we've got some strong estrogen control support with liver support in there as well. Cool. We've got Phenibut. Cool. I don't know if you've ever taken Phenibut. So it's a happy pill. It's a phenomenal feeling. But we have scheduled to launch quite a few new things. The next few things you're going to see launched from our brand are going to be some more of the non-hormonal growth promoting products. We're going to really play around with some of the plant steroid type things, some things that are kind of the up and coming. They're still legal and they still create phenomenal results. So we're kind of toying around with that. We have another pre-workout in the works. But we eventually want to be able to provide everybody a full line of products from REPP Sports.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, I always pronounce it Phenibut. Is it actually Phenibut?
We have had so many debates here in the office on that. You read so many different articles, you listen to so many reviews online, you hear Phenibut, Phenibut. If you know, please let me know.
No, see, I'm an internet guy. I just like read things too. So I don't know if there's ever been a Phenibut conversation. I just try to say it really fast, so then it's okay. But honestly, for a while, I noticed there's a lot of sleep aids that have it. Some of them have it in pretty high doses. Are you selling it? Were you going to sell it as a sleep aid, or are you going to sell it as a raw material ingredient, or what were your plans for that?
At the moment, we currently have it in a capsule form. We will most likely in the future have it in a powdered form. We also have a phenomenal sleep formula that we are formulating at the moment. That's going to be one of the newer products coming out. But at the moment, it's in the capsules.
Okay, so for the people who don't know what we're talking about, like, can you kind of explain what this ingredient does? And I honestly haven't taken it solo ever, so maybe you have, and maybe you can kind of explain the feel of it or everything. I've only taken it in combination with the sleep formula, so that's the first hint to the users listening. But
right. Well, the whole idea of putting it in a sleep product is, first off, it's a derivative of GABA. GABA is a great sleep product out there. It's a naturally occurring product. The whole idea behind the Phenibut is it's great for anti-anxiety. It's great for stress relief. So yes, whereas let's say you have, I don't know about you, but myself, our job is very stressful. We have long hours. There's nights where I lay in bed and I've got a million things on my mind, thinking about customers, things I got to do the next day. So it's one of those things that just helps kind of relax your mind and just relieves that anxiety. And in doing so, when you clear your mind, obviously you're going to be able to slip off into a deeper sleep. But even in the middle of the afternoon, it kind of works both ways. It's almost like a happy pill because it's going to give it's that anti-anxiety. If you're stressed out at work and or maybe you're fighting with your wife at home or whatever it might be, you pop a couple of those capsules and you feel that anxiety. It's like that weight's lifted off your shoulders and you feel good. It's really definitely a more euphoric kind of feel. So I'd recommend anybody try it out.
Cool. Well, fighting with the lady, I don't know. That's never a problem. But maybe you could slip some into her drink and get her to chill out. But okay, so yeah, the reason that I guess most people who do know me know that I enjoy the stimulant side of things a little bit more, and I kind of feed off of anxiety because that means I need to get something done. Like there's a set amount of things that in a set amount of time to do. So I kind of enjoy it, but I think at some point I do need to take it just because the nature of my job and running PricePlow and everything. But where was I going with that thought? The one issue that I kind of seen is that some people who have an addictive kind of potential, it seems like there are some case studies where people have gotten addicted to Phenibut, or however you pronounce it. And I was wondering like what your take is on that, or like what the dose is, or what you might want to like warn anyone. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. I've read up some studies on that as well. It's definitely one of those things, you don't want to take it every single day. Hopefully you're not experiencing some kind of high extreme levels of anxiety on a regular daily basis because there have been cases, I guess it depends on the person, some people have more addictive personalities than others. It can be an addicting thing because it gives you that feel good. It's just, who doesn't want every time they're stressed out, or over worrying about something, who doesn't want to take a magic pill that just makes them feel better, So it can definitely have some addictive traits to it. So what we do is we recommend that people try to use it, just on those days where you're really feeling stressed out, or maybe if, personally, I've used it, if I know I'm only getting about 3 or 4 hours of sleep one night, I'm just always so busy, I'll save it for those nights, just because I know that I'm going to slip off into that deep sleep very quickly. I'm going to wake up feeling more refreshed. It's just better quality sleep. So it's not something that people want to take every single day. As far as dosaging goes, I don't recommend anybody go over the 1,000 milligram mark. Each capsule is going to be 250 milligrams, so you can start off with a little bit because you can also build up that tolerance to it as well. Right. To where you get to the point you just keep taking more and more and more, and you're just constantly chasing that down. So People can start off with the 250 milligrams, see how they feel, kind of gauge it a little bit, and just slowly bump their way up, but absolutely not use it every day.
Right, and okay, that was actually what I was hoping you would say in terms of like daily use. No, 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 not with that ingredient. So right off the bat, you said that. I was like, all right, cool. Like, I agree with this. As one of my concerns is that when sometimes you have something that's interesting like this, and it's got a lot of good therapeutic uses, is the possibility that it can get into the wrong hands or into the hands of someone who doesn't treat it properly, and they end up screwing things up for all of us who do use it properly. Like, and if they were to treat it like a party drug or something like that, which is what happened with DMA way back in the day in New Zealand. They had like these insane doses, like 600 milligrams or something stupid. And of course, things can go wrong. So when you say things like, yeah, don't use it every day, stick to a certain dose. If you have a 250 milligram capsule, that sounds good. I've heard like 500 milligrams is where it starts to feel pretty good, and you try not to like get too much higher out of control out of that. But yeah, there are products that have more. Now you mentioned like if you were going to have a 3 to 4 hour night night of sleep, you would take it. What time would you take it? Let's say it's midnight. You're going to have to wake up at 4 a.m. Like things are just crazy right now. When would you take it, and like how much would you take for that dose so you're not like dead at 4 a.m. too?
Well, you're not going to be dead at 4 a.m. regardless.
Okay,
but
cool.
I'd like to take it about 30 to 45 minutes. I treat it like if I'm taking a pre-workout before I'm heading to the gym. The capsules are going to dissolve, fairly rapidly.
Right.
So it's going to get into your system pretty quick. Within that 45 minutes to an hour mark, you're going to start to you're going to start noticing that the feeling of anxiety or just the overthinking, you're just going to feel it start to slowly slip away. And it's one of those things before you know it, you're sleeping. So
cool. Do you just like stop caring a little bit, or like what happens for you personally?
Me personally, that's what it is, man. It's just, I can't say enough. With this job, we're always running a million miles an hour. We're always traveling. We're always on the road. I'm in hotels every different night of the week. And there's just 1,000 things on your mind every night when you go to bed. I finish up doing emails in bed before I fall asleep. Mm-hmm. And it's just, you can't turn your brain off. It's in that work mode constantly. And so I personally take 2 capsules. I do the 500 milligrams, and it works great for me at that level. I just, if I got to get up early to make a drive to my next account, I just know that I'm going to take that. You're going to start to feel that little bit of happiness. You're going to feel the euphoric kind of feel out of it, and you're just going to kind of relax more, and you're going to slip off sleep.
Excellent. So do you have okay, so yeah, that's enough of that one. Anything else coming out that we didn't mention? I kind of interrupted you there when we were talking about the Phenibut.
As far as new products or current products?
New products, current products. Did we miss something? Or did you want to talk about the PCT product, or the do you have a testosterone booster out right now or something like that as well?
We do have our we have our RPCT, which is
okay.
Product. It can actually, the cool thing about it is it's actually kind of a dual function. It's a lot of people who are coming off cycle, it's great to help boost up that natural testosterone production, help control the estrogen coming on. It's got liver support in there as well. There's tons of great benefits for that. But for the person who maybe they don't want to take something hormonal, they want to try a more natural approach, you're going to have some other ingredients in there. You're going to have the ashwagandha. You're going to have some laxagenin, which is a plant steroid. It's non-hormonal, but it's going to give you similar effects. It's actually got, if you do a little research on it, it's got phenomenal anabolic to androgenic ratio ratings on it. It's people can take that, and they're going to just dramatically increase their natural testosterone production, their free-flowing testosterone. So it kind of goes both ways, along with the liver support, and they're going to help suppress that estrogen, which is going to cause that free testosterone to raise as well.
Gotcha, cool. Yeah, what I've noticed with laxagenin is nothing insane, but a small increase in strength for me at least. Like, take your 1 rep max and you'll be able to hit 2 reps by the end of it. And so for me, it was a small like plateau buster in a way, which I thought was pretty cool. Awesome. So are you the one who's behind the social media on the brand? Like, do you want to, well, we can make links to all your social media pages and everything, but what do you have going on over there?
We're doing quite a bit, actually, as far as the social media. I don't personally handle the REPP sports account. We have a couple of people who are on top of that. We have some pretty cool things in the works, man. We're doing some different promo material. We're trying to be very interactive. Anybody who's following the Rep Sports page has probably noticed that you've gotten a follow back. You're getting responses to your comments. We're going through, we're liking your pictures. We're trying to stay very active as far as keeping that communication line with our customers. People are getting excited about the new products that are coming out. And, we just want to be able to show that same support to our customer base that they're showing us. So lots of cool things. We have some different promotional things we're going to be throwing out there here soon. Some cool new content. We're working on some video stuff and whatnot. So definitely keep your eyes out on Rep Sports, on social media platforms, and some cool stuff coming there.
Awesome. So yeah, what's the main platform? Are you talking about Instagram mostly with the follow back, and are you doing any Snapchatting, anything else like that?
On the Instagram, yes, our Instagram is always going to be the biggest as far as, at least currently, that seems to be, nothing has surpassed Instagram as far as that goes. We do have the Facebook page as well. Our website, repsports.com, is up and running, and we always have some cool little promotional things going on there as well, but mainly the Instagram. Nothing on Snapchat as of yet. That will be coming in the near future, and anybody that follows the Instagram, you'll be able to see when that comes. We'll make several posts about it, get people informed, some cool things.
Cool. So yeah, what I wanted to say is when we first started talking, we actually ran right when Reactor was about to come, we ran a contest, and you guys provided 12 free tubs of Reactor, which I thought was awesome. So thank you so much. Would you like to, along with this video, once we get it published, would you like to do some sort of small contest? Just a contest where people got to watch the video or whatever, and then they can do it? Are you willing to throw down for anything?
Yeah, absolutely. We could definitely do that. We'll do, let's see here. Do you have any ideas of anything we could throw out there for them?
I'm all about the dragon fruit reactor. So first prize wins the dragon fruit. Maybe second prize wins the raise.
We can absolutely do that. I like that.
Okay, cool. We're going to do it. When we publish this video, then I'll embed the video into the contest. People got to watch our faces and all that. So there we go.
I like it.
Nice. All right. So it sounds like you guys are doing a lot of good stuff. What about you personally? Looks like you're a big guy. What's your training style? What are you up to, and how do you fit all the training in with all the work you're doing, all the traveling you're doing? Are you able to train on the road? What about you? What's your story?
It's tough. I'll be the first to admit that there's days missed here and there. Traveling, sometimes the food's not always on point. Sometimes you work late, you don't quite squeeze the gym in. I actually used to be a cyclist. I used to race BMX bicycles professionally, and transitioned in. I did a couple of bodybuilding competition things in the past. It's been a few years, and ultimately I plan on getting back to that. It's just work comes first for me, and that's my priorities. So when the time's right, and if it feels like the right time, I'll go for it, and we'll just see what happens from there.
Awesome. It's kind of cool to see like people's histories when they get into this industry, because people come from so many different areas. I played water polo and swam all my life and everything, but then you start training in the gym for your sport, and you realize I kind of like lifting a little bit more than playing water polo right now. And then next thing you know, you're not playing water polo anymore. You're just kind of like you're just lifting and doing this and that. So it's always interesting, but I haven't heard BMX at all. So
yeah, that's kind of the same thing, man. I found the love for weightlifting and bodybuilding through BMX. Obviously, I had to work on my power output. I had to do a lot of strength training. I did a lot of powerlifting stuff in the past, and I found myself more and more just really enjoying going to the gym, wanting to get bigger, just wanting to go crush the weights, and just kind of slowly made that transition over. And I miss it sometimes, but there's nothing better than walking to the gym and just throwing some weights around. We all know that.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, what kind of training is best for BMX?
For BMX, it was a lot less of the heavier weights. So, there'd be some heavy weight in there as far as, working on your raw strength. But I did tons of sprint drills, tons of plyometric routines, a lot more body weight type stuff. You're trying to be a little lighter, and, you can't be packing on all the mass pounds on that, a little bicycle around. So it was a little bit different than what I do now, but still tough.
Yeah, a lot of like leg stuff, I would imagine, or core, or...
Yeah, it was my training back then. It would be 3 days a week on doing basically leg-involved training in the gym. Sprints were 5-6 days a week. I was at the track 6 nights a week for 2 or 3 hours. Wow. And I do upper body stuff a couple days in between in the gym. But for the most part, it was all leg work.
Awesome. Well, yeah, that's interesting. So Yeah, is there anything else you want to say? I think we've kind of covered a lot of what the brand's up to, what you're doing. We got a contest lined up, talking about training, got the BMX. I don't have a whole lot more to say besides, users can go to PricePlow.com/rep-sports and compare prices and use our site-wide coupons. Other than that, are there any stores that you like working with, or anyone out there that deserves a shout out, or any friends or brands you're friendly with, anything like that?
It's been incredible, the amount of stores that have really jumped in and supporting us, just really showing us tons of love across the country, really, even internationally already as well. So I can't thank those guys enough. But most importantly, the consumer. Thanks to you for promoting us the way you have, but mainly the general consumer. These guys are the ones that are getting behind the brands. They're the ones that are going into the stores. They're buying the products. They're making posts on social media that we're turning around and sharing. And they're really just helping us build this brand together. Like I said, we've been very involved in social media, just trying to do everything we can to keep that link with our consumers. And at the bottom line, you just can't thank those guys enough. They're the ones that are supporting us. So thank you to everybody out there that's already tried REPP, and thank you to everybody that is going to try REPP in the future.
Yeah, and someone's going to win that contest. So what was I going to ask? Oh, so what's the best way? Let's say I want to get a hold of customer service. What's the best way to do it? You've mentioned a few things. How's the fastest way I'm going to be able to get a hold of you guys?
If you just go to www.repsports.com, you will find a link on there to email our customer service. And then any consumers out there looking for a store near them, they can also look for the store locator on there. Really anything that you guys could ever want to find on REPP Sports and how to contact anybody, just go through the website and it'll be linked to whichever one of us here is responsible for that.
All right. Well, you got anything else to say?
Just thank you once again. Thank you for having me today on this interview. I'm just really excited to see the growth of this brand over the few months. It's been phenomenal. We're just going to keep launching more stuff. We have some more cutting edge products like I had mentioned before. I'm personally very excited about these more non-hormonal products out there that are coming out that people are going to see some great, not only mass increase, but strength increase, just overall really exciting products and more cutting edge. There's not a lot of it out there at the moment. And we're just excited to keep providing all those new products for everybody.
All right, cool. Well, give us a holler when it's time to share a couple of your posts and when we got to blog it up about it, because the Reactor did pretty well in the blog, and I'm always telling people this dragon fruit flavor. I'm telling you, I really should open up one of these other tubs, but
you have to try the Rainbow Burst. That one's delicious as well.
What's that?
Rainbow Burst. You have to give that one a try.
I do have Rainbow Burst right here.
That's tomorrow.
Should I give it an open right now? I have a. You might not like this, but one thing we've been doing when we start reviewing products is we started doing this with protein, and we're about to publish a video where we take the amount of product that we expect to be in the tub, and I want to make sure that we're getting a full serving's worth. Now, I can tell that this is a heavy tub, so I don't think we're getting shortchanged. But sometimes you get like a tub where it's like, yay high in the tub, and it's like, there's no way this thing has really 45 servings or whatever. So what's 45 times 6? I should know what that is, but I'm no longer smart.
That's just going to come back to what we talked about early on today was, just going back to the quality of the products, making sure that we're testing everything in-house, that we're testing everything third party. Just, you're never going to get that missing scoop. You're just always going to get a consistent product from us. And that's the biggest thing that we like to focus on is the quality, and just you guys knowing that you're always going to get that same product every time you purchase a tub.
Okay, well, I'm going to put you to the test right now. I have a bowl right here. Let's see if anyone can see this, and a food scale. And I'm going to weigh out this Rainbow Burst tub. So it's 750. Let me tear it up. Okay, we're at 0. And let me open up this. This is such cool packaging too. Look at this. But I'm about to tear it up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna weigh out the whole thing, and I'm expecting to get 270 grams worth of powder here. And we will see if I'm getting, within 10% or so is the tolerance. So, oh, that smells amazing. Holy dude. Rainbow Burst. So what is that modeled off of?
Well, it's modeled after a particular delicious tasting candy.
Thought so.
So we'll let everybody out there give it a shot, and they can let us know what they think of it.
I think they'll know immediately. Okay, I'm getting the desiccant packet. We are still at 0 grams on the scale. I'm going to try to pour this onto my bowl without...
Don't spill it.
There's a lot of powder here. Oh, yeah, we are overfilled. I got 286 grams of powder, and it's it's blowing all over the place. I got candy flavor floating around up here. I don't know if you can see on the camera. This is, man, I should have done that in the beginning of the test. Thank you, guys. You've provided us with an extra 1/3 scoop in here. So, you know, the trick is, I really just appreciate the overfill here. You know, this is actually 45 and a half or so servings. And so, wait, whoa. This is way more than that. If it's a 6 gram scoop, it's like...
That's that extra last little scoop at the bottom. You know, the little frustrating one you
Yeah.
try and carve there. You just gotta make sure you get a full scoop out of it. That's
Oh,
all.
awesome. Yeah, so this is like 3 extra workouts in here. Dude, that's amazing. So thank you. You know, and it's okay if it would have come at like 265. That's cool. You know, the thing is that some people, they actually design their supplements for the, you know, for the tolerance. To say, you know, hey, we can get this whole thing is supposed to weigh 270 grams. We can make it 260, and that's still legal. Technically, that's true, but then also you're being an asshole. You guys actually went above and beyond, and I'm not sure if you designed that way, but I don't care. I just got here. I got a tub here that's overfilled. So how cool is that? I'm excited. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna put this in the beginning of the video as kind of the teaser. But I have a big bowl of powder here now, and then I'll get back in here. But I'm excited. This is everything has turned out quality for being a new brand. You guys are like just on top of it, and that just like seals the deal for me right there. Thank you so much for the extra 3 scoops, and I appreciate your time right there. And this stuff smells so good. It's finally kind of clearing out from the air and everything, but it does smell really good. I'm gonna give it a little taste here. Oh yeah, that's a certain candy for sure. So awesome. Well, Josh, thanks again for your time. We'll get this up on the YouTube channel and everything, and I'm gonna take your picture of it and throw it on social media. That's pretty fun. Thanks again, and yeah, PricePlow.com/rep-sports, and you can find deals. Sign up for price alerts because you're going to want to get hit. If there's any new coupons on this stuff, you're going to want to get notified. Biggest question right now is with the Reactor pre-workout. I don't know, man. So this was Rainbow Burst versus the Dragon Fruit. Wow, I'm not sure.
And the Zapberry is delicious. You got Blue Magic as well. I promise you have not had a blue raspberry that tastes like Blue Magic.
Really?
It's definitely...
Yeah,
absolutely.
Your flavor guys or gal or whoever it is has got it going on. All right. Thanks again. The biggest question would be which flavor to buy then. Take care, guys.